And boom! You want me to tip it like that a little bit?
Yeah.
We are live. Pull up a chair, episode 25.
What it do, though?
Feeling great today. Feeling great. Feeling amazing. The love is high and the hate is low, and the universe is in balance.
Okay.
How are you feeling? How was your week?
Chilling. Work week was all right. Tuesday, Nala had gotten fixed. She got spayed. She's recovering, doing all right. She don't like the cone, but that's typical of any dog.
Yep.
But she doing good.
Doing good?
Yeah. She all right.
I remember, I think you mentioned you got off a little early the other day. Got to spend time with her home or something.
Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. We were just slow at work.
Nice.
Excuse me. And yeah, so I think I got out like an hour early. It was nice. But
Good shit.
Yeah.
I had a good week. Called off on Monday. Took a personal day at work. That was cool. Ended up enjoying the rest of the week. Work week went by quick. And I, as some people would say, I did a thing today. A little bit of a hair reveal on episode 25.
Yeah,
First haircut since we started this podcast.
Right.
Got a little beard trim up too.
Ironically, I was just talking to him. I might shave my head again.
Yeah,
y'all don't know this. I used to only have buzz cuts. I used to only have a literally 1/4 inch buzz cut, and that was it. And then one year I just grew the fuck out my hair.
Yeah.
And never looked back.
Turned into the lion mane.
Yeah.
And then
never
it
looked back.
just kept going. But yeah, glad we've been doing great. If you're unfamiliar, which I don't think you are, but if you are unfamiliar and you're a new listener, we appreciate you. Hope you're having a blessed start of your sleepless Saturday. To the left, I got my amazing brother, my co-host, my what is it, compadre? My main compadre.
There we go.
The Book of Snooker, the author himself, super fried snooker off the top of the cage.
How did you do?
Off the top of the cell, the elbow drop. Oh shit.
We coming in hot.
And your host, El Tucker Tente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei, the one who, of course, taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows, a.k.a. Space Mountain Stoney, a.k.a. Stony Montana, a.k.a. Young Dumbledore, a.k.a. call me what you will, just don't call me broke or sad. It's Mr. Keep the Love High and the Hate Low, and this will pull up a chair episode 25. What would you like to get into first? A little music. We got...
Yeah, let's get the music out the way.
Get the music out the way.
Yeah.
I do think that has the smallest this weekend. So just to start right off, did want to mention real quick before we get into the new music reviews, which I know there's very little of it. Capital Steve's music is officially on streaming service. It's not under his name, though. It's under Capital Steve Archive. Capital Steve's Archive. You go and check that out, and they were able to clear all the samples. They got all the music on there, and RIP Capital Steve's. Love you, fam. Stilo forever.
That is dope they were able to get that out there, though.
Yes, with all the samples.
Yeah.
And, like, pretty much his producer was like, dude, we've been trying to do this for years, and, like, it had to be perfect just how he would have wanted it. And they said that the only sample that they had to leave off was of it was on Free the Robots on American Corruption.
I mean,
they could not clear that Zeppelin sample. It was too much money. It wasn't good.
Hey, fair. But
he said they wanted like 1.5 for the sample of When the Levee Breaks. And it's like, oh shit.
Okay, I guess.
But yeah, shout out Steve's on that one. New music reviews. I'm just gonna get right into this one. I played a record before we went live just to give him a little a little background on it, a little taste. Lil Yachty just dropped the best project of his career.
Yeah.
That album is fucking phenomenal. I've listened to it now a good 3-4 times in a row. I know he tweeted, make sure you listen to it from start to finish. I also highly recommend that as well. That's a phenomenal 5 out of 5 album right off rip.
I'm glad
he didn't box himself in.
Yeah, I'm glad like how MGK and others have done, Drake,
Gambino.
Right. Wale in essence.
Yeah.
Lupe.
Yep.
That type of category, like where they're okay. Absol. They're okay with not going mainstream and just making straight mainstream music if that's not what they're trying to do in their life. They want to be an artist to themselves.
And I like that too, where now all of a sudden it's like, I don't know what the next album's going to sound like. Like, I don't know where you're going with that.
It's not just straight rap. It's not just straight hip hop. It's not always R&B. It's, hey, I think I could do this. I want to try it, even if it doesn't sell. Like, if this Yachty tape flopped,
It's high risk, high reward.
yeah, but if it flopped, like his name is still well established enough to where it's like, all right, he tried something and it didn't over well.
It just would have been get back to rap.
Yeah, it would have been like, oh, he tried something, didn't work.
Okay,
next one. It's not like a Ice Spice. This is the beginning of my career. I'm trying something new.
Where you knew what those records were about to sound like.
Yes.
You
like,
knew it.
Like early MGK. You knew it was rap.
And then all of a sudden you get Tickets to My Downfall and you're like, whoa.
Black Flag.
And Black Flag, yes. You cannot forget Black Flag.
That was like the first little introduction. Like, I mean, if you're a true MGK fan, you know he's had rock and attitude in his songs since he was in Blaze Up, Chip Off the Block. Like, you can go back to the shit. So, like, 100 Words of Running, you could tell he had some rock attitude to him. But, I'm glad Yachty isn't, like I said, like you said, boxing himself in and was able to.
Tyler with Igor.
Exactly.
That's another one that just came to me.
Like, bet on yourself, and even if it doesn't go over well, you know you're still confident in yourself to be able to, like, all right, well, flop, fuck it. Like,
back to the drawing board.
Yeah. It didn't work. Next one.
Which I've actually, as we've been talking about this, been trying to think of like an example I can use of when it didn't work. Because I feel like more often than not, it actually kind of pays off. Igor.
Well, I mean, those
Waking
are all,
My Love.
These are all, those are all mainstream names already that were established. Try to find somebody that's first coming up that, like, that's what I'm saying is you have to be well established in the music industry already to be able to go and try something new. So if it doesn't flop, you already have your fans already there. Like,
I hate to say it, but when Ty Dolla $ign made that soul album, that was a flop.
Yeah.
That was Don't You Dare Try to Touch Marvin Gaye, bud.
Like,
Baby step that.
So, like, I mean, if we actually went back and looked, we could find actual people that, like, didn't.
Okay, Honestly Nevermind by Drake. Yeah, it sold well, but it kind of got bad reviews. I liked it. I loved it. But it got, not one of my favorite Drake albums by far. Would that be a good example?
Relapse. Or the one after with Beautiful on it. Eminem's.
Oh, no. You
Recovery.
know, with Beautiful on it?
Yeah.
That's Relapse.
The Relapse.
So that's like, Lately I've Been Hard to Reach. Too Long on My Own, yeah.
Like, when he was, like, sober. And people were like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like, well, sorry. Like, I'm not. Oh, okay. Y'all's.
Because it had that We Made You on it, too.
Yeah, and it was, like, a little weirder, a little different style. He's sober, getting clean. And they're like, we want Marshall Mathers back. We want Slim Shady.
Oh.
And then he realized, like, oh, they want all these triple entendres still. Okay, well, let's give them fucking, like, he went back to his straight lyricism. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
sorry, I just realized I had hair still.
Weird. Weird thing to do on the live, but do you?
Didn't.
But, so it was like, he had to figure himself out again when he got sober. So, like, that's a little different than being like, oh, I went from rap to R&B. Because, like, this man went from a lot of drugs to no drugs. So, like, it's not, like, different genres. It's literally different human. But that's where I was, like, could draw a comparison. Like, all right, everyone was like, what the fuck is that? But still was like, it's Eminem.
I'm glad that you said that. Speaking on the Yachty. Literally a minute into track one, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? This is different.
Right.
And it was one of those where as soon as it came out at midnight, I was like, this is where I'm listening to the new music. I'm playing Madden. I actually quit. Second quarter, I was down. I was down 2 touchdowns anyway, so it's not like that had a factor in it. But I was on like track 2, and I was like, you know what? Let me roll up and listen to this.
Right.
This is special.
And I just saw a tweet. I just saw a post that said, like, people don't make music just to smoke to anymore.
Wiz said that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And this is that. I think that's why he tweeted that. I think that might be why he tweeted that.
But it's like, they don't. People just make shit straight for the clubs, which is.
And it's like not a single Yachty record on that would play in the club.
But it probably will get played in the club because people fuck with it.
And it's doing really well.
That's what I mean.
Especially that one that I played, You Pretty. That one seems to be
Drake
going
dropped
nuts.
his R&B, that's all that was at the clubs. Like,
I also thought it was cool that he didn't put Poland on the album. And he said why too. He said that originally Poland was going to be on it,
but it leaked.
But
why the fuck are you going to put something on it that leaked?
And
Ice Spice, take some fucking notes. If it's already fucking out in major, it's not part of a new fucking album.
He didn't even put it on it. And that was a great smash.
You know what you do? You do what Eminem did. 20 years later, throw
it on a
anniversary album, and then you have your whole old album that everyone knows, and then like 7 new songs that are like, and 2 were singles. Perfect, great idea. Anniversary album, not labeling it new music. I'm done. I'm not trying to tee off on Ice Spice, but that's it. Oh, she
triggered you.
Yeah, go back to the last pod. Y'all can see.
Yeah,
that was tweet.
Yachty, something to mention with him too, and I did just want to throw this out there. If you look at him with that 2016 freshman class, which they always compare those guys, it's not just me. They always compare on who's doing better from that class now.
It's just.
Do you think Yachty can now look back and go, now you guys got to catch up to me?
Who was all in it?
Uzi,
who
is now, trending a little down. He floats. He floats
depends on how you look at their look at me now type shit. Yachty could be doing shit, or Uzi could be doing shit in fashion that we have no idea about.
I Just Want to Rock did just become a viral TikTok song, even though I'm not a fan. But 21 Savage, obviously, he's number one. He's maintained, just damn near hasn't missed since.
Was that Lil Dicky's?
Yes. Kodak was a part of it. Anderson .Paak was a part of it. I don't count Anderson though in that.
I don't really count Lil Dicky either.
I don't count him. I don't count Designer either. But because Designer fell off fast. But there was Kodak, there was Yachty, there was 21, there was Uzi, there was Denzel Curry. Somebody else. I want to say there was one other name. I comment if we forgot it.
We did. So.
Either way, I think Yachty is now up there with 21.
Yeah.
He's knocking on 21's door.
I mean, honestly, it all depends on how you looked at it. If you didn't really like 21, you could have put people above him before. You could have put Uzi above 21.
Well, there for a minute, it was Uzi number 1. But then it was like, Uzi just keeps putting out these duds. It's like, fuck.
My fault.
He does, though. Like, the one thing I don't want to hate on, no hate here always all love. Uzi is like...
Except for Ice Spice's new album.
I feel like his music, like, it hasn't grown. Like, and I hope I don't sound out of touch with that. I just feel like Uzi music has not grown.
Or he's not comfortable yet he's not confident in society to put out the shit. Like how he's not ready. He's not confident.
Don't you want new fans, though?
He's not confident enough to venture out. Like how people just did. Drake just did. Like Drake changed the way for people being confident enough to step out of their lane. The whole main thing, stay in your fucking lane. Stay in your fucking lane. Why are you going outside?
Get out there.
Stay in your fucking lane. That's what has been preached the last 5-7 years. So everyone's like, oh shit,
I can't do
I'm staying in my fucking lane. Cool.
And then that's why I say high risk, high reward.
And because like, so it's like,
then you're like, well, if I put this out and it doesn't do well, now I look stupid.
Exactly.
It's like, oh shit.
So it's like, it's very high risk, high reward, but at the same time, like, if you're making money in this fucking lane and you step outside of it, you could lose all this money and future money. So it's like, why risk it? Oh, Drake just did and he proved it could work. Okay. So now slowly people are starting to.
As always, Drake's laying the fucking.
I mean, first off, there's other people that did it before Drake. He was just
that's true, but he's just
the biggest name.
Yeah,
because if he flops, he's still a billionaire. Oh, sorry.
And it's like,
I'm still a billionaire.
If God forbid he ever did flop, it's like he's still got enough to cover his ass.
Like Uzi, if he flops, okay, y'all don't know this. I'm doing fashion weeks every other day. Fuck y'all. Oh, okay, you great.
He could dip out. As far as the other new music goes, Sam Smith dropped a new album. If you're a fan of Sam Smith, Quinn XCII dropped. I see Summers dropped. I might check that out. Styles P dropped. Popcon, he dropped. Okay. I might check that out. Looks like there's this new artist bubbling up in Atlanta, of course. His name is Bic Fizzle. What? I might check that out.
Who?
Bic Fizzle.
Who? Dick Little. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I don't know
Bic
the man.
Fizzle, but his dick little.
I don't know the man like that.
Bob Dylan put out a new album somehow. That dude's 80 years old, hanging up.
Well, that's just like, oh, we have 3,000 songs in our archive.
Yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, Bob Dylan's like, hey, there's got to be 15 of those bitches we can use.
Just bottom of the barrel ones too. Don't even use the good shit. You know that file that you said throwaways?
Hey man,
put 15.
You roll up 2, you go in there, you tell me what you think sounds good. Okay.
And then make a list of 30, and then your top 30. Okay. Then I want you to release 20 through 30, not 1 through 20. 20 through 30. Those
We're gonna
10,
say 1 through 20.
Yeah, that's next year, baby. We just got to test these waters.
Corday did drop a great new single with Anderson .Paak.
I did hear that.
210s.
I love Corday.
Yes.
And I'm a huge Corday fan.
Am I out of pocket if I say this?
Yep.
I want a 10-track collab album, Corday and Anderson .Paak.
No, that's not out of pocket. I would love that.
You love that?
Yeah.
Bonus track R&P?
Like that. Huh?
Bonus track R&P?
Huh?
From Corday's first album?
Huh?
The first record. That's an aggressive French Montana. But yeah, as far as the other new shit goes, ESTG dropped a great new single, Blow Up. I did hear that. Like that a lot.
Okay, I'll have to listen to
that. Pink dropped a new record, haven't heard it. Daniel Caesar dropped a new record, haven't heard it.
Okay.
Ray Shremmer dropped a new single, Sucka a Song.
That's hilarious. I was just playing their music.
I'm actually not a big fan of the new single. I like the first one, Torpedo. This one kind of lost me.
All right.
I just think that Slim Jimmy had way too much time on it. And I'm more of a Sway Lee guy.
No.
Quando Rondo dropped a cool single, Speedin'. YTB Trench, who I never heard of before, dropped a cool single called Why You Leave that somebody sent to me and I checked out.
Leave me.
Actually, the beginning part
Why
actually
you
kind of had the melody.
Me?
And
she took my weed.
Oh dear, I didn't even see this. Vic Mensa dropped the new record.
Oh, that's going garbage.
No wonder.
No, I mean.
All right, well, I'm at the bottom of best new songs. I saw Vic Mensa. That's like directions. Like when Dane Cook said the directions thing. Once you've hit Vic Mensa, you've gone too far.
Yeah, get your ass back to the next category. Next topic.
So that's funny as fuck. But yeah, everybody go check out the new Yachty album. If there's something that I didn't mention that you guys checked out that you want us to hear, please put it in the comments or send it to us via Twitter, social media, whatever the fuck. And last thing I wanted to mention on music then, before we switch to something else, is I did want to recap the Drake at the Apollo show. Because I know that everybody that I saw, at least on Twitter, that went to that, and I actually know this dude named PJ, actually, that ended up not the same PJ that me and Scooter know. This dude that I've just followed for some years on Twitter, he went and I saw some of his footage. And looked like a great show. The set list was fucking amazing, which I'm about to read off. But besides the guy that fell from the balcony on night one, everything seemed to go great there.
I mean,
and even the guy from the balcony, when he fell, first off, I thought it was so funny that he fell at the exact moment that plays at the beginning of Rich Flex, where you hear smooshed. And I thought that was funny. I didn't know if that was like timed or not by the DJ, but that was very articulate. And the second thing I thought that was amazing about it, no injuries. That dude had a knot on the top of his head, but he was good.
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do.
Drake looked at him the whole fall, and I think at this point Drake might have some God in him. The sixth God might actually have some powers, because when that dude fell, first off, he came down on his head, and Drake looked at him the whole time without even blinking. That dude got up, he looked at him like he just... First off, the dude fell like it was the Challenger, but we can call this guy the Apollo 6. And Drake, I think he guided his fall. I might be wrong, but I think Drake with his eyes guided his fall.
I mean,
You're not saying that he's a light-skinned Jesus?
I've seen you take a lot of falls, bro.
And just get back up? Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what Chumbawamba once said? You get knocked down, you get up again. There ain't nothing that can keep me down.
Yeah, something like that.
Put that on the gravestone.
Might as well.
To just recap, though, and go through this set list real quick to see what you think about it. I actually added it as a whole playlist for real. Over My Dead Body is what, and this is in order too. Over My Dead Body is what he came out to, which fucking amazing intro. Wu-Tang Forever, Trust Issues, Marvin's Room, Say Something, Feel No Ways, Practice. I would have fell from the balcony too if he played Practice. I would have jumped. I would have did the leap of faith off the balcony if I had Practice. Jaded, Jungle, Karaoke, Best I Ever Had, Over, Headlines, Hell Yeah, Fucking Right, Started From the Bottom, I'm On One, No New Friends, always hated that song, actually. Energy, Know Yourself, Nonstop, God's Plan, Laugh Now, Cry Later, Hold On, We're Going Home, Controlla, One Dance, In My Feelings, Passion Fruit, Way Too Sexy, Wait For You, Massive, Calling My Name, Sticky, Yebba's Heartbreak, and then he brought out Dipset, which I thought was cool as fuck. I Really Mean It, Dipset Anthem, We Fly High. Then he brought out 21, Rich Flex, Privileged Rappers, Spin Bout You, Jimmy Cooks, Knife Talk, and he ended with Legend. I thought that was a set list. I thought he executed that perfectly.
It's like 2.5 hours, 3.
And I liked how, like, because the show is obviously, it was a really expensive show to get into. I thought it was cool that, like, it was like all of his stands there.
Yeah.
And he got to do these records that normally he would not perform on. Like, I never thought I would hear him perform Practice live.
Best I ever had. It's so old.
I saw a lot of the intro clips, too. He said that song changed his life.
Well, yeah.
Because that was his first number one.
That was, yeah. Literally. The one that made him just take over.
And he said that it was cool, too, because he wanted it to go number one because he kept getting 2 and 3. And he asked Wayne, he said, once he had the whole record done, he goes, you know, if we extended the beat a little bit, would you hop on it? And Wayne told him, no. And that's how Drake said, Wayne goes, no. He goes, that's good how it is. He goes, are you confident in it? He goes, yeah. He goes, you put that out, just you then. And executed it perfectly.
Hell yeah.
My wife decided to pull up a temporary chair as she enters the Thunderdome. But that's enough on music. Just wanted to cover the Drake show. Glad that dude was able to. Now, my only thing was that they never covered it. Do you think he went back to his seat or did he just leave and change? I think you go back to the seat. You go back to that seat and they're like, are you good? Yeah, I'm good. Give me another beer. Beer guy.
He probably had to go to medical, like get cleared.
Oh, concussed and shit.
Yeah, make sure he wasn't like bleeding. Like hey.
Also, shout out those fans that actually put their arms up to try to catch the fucking guy.
True.
That was cool.
True.
Because people yelled down and they were like, look out. And they look up and like kind of like try to grab him.
Or just shielding themselves.
I mean, half. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
Of course, they're trying to be like, hey, I don't want you to squash me either. We got the Apollo 6 coming down on us like the Challenger. Look out below.
Yeah, that's a fall, bro. A fall's a fall. Like, ducking cover.
Drake's on stage like, damn, that dude's lit. And then I love how he's like, you good? And the guy's just like throwing an arm out. He's like, I'm all right. It's like, Jesus, fuck! You just fell from the balcony, bro. Like, what do you have, the body anatomy of Batman? Like, he's got right back up like it's 2nd and 4. Like,
the show must go on.
I saw somebody say that. I don't want to take the Twitter joke, but somebody said, tell me why Homeboy just got up like it was 3rd and 8 and it was a hurry up. Like,
dude's got to do, dog. Yeah, dude's got to
He got up, he's like, I am not missing this song.
Oh, no.
My brain is Tua right now, but I'm up and jamming.
Where we're going. We're moving forward, that's all. You got a closer seat, I bet.
At that point, if you're the bouncer, man, you earned it. You can stand there the rest of the show. If you came from the balcony, you earned your spot on that floor.
Phil?
Fuck that. Everybody get the fuck out of the way. This guy's front row now.
Say, you going to the Phil?
I let him take my spot. I'd be like, bro, no way you just took that fall. Get up there.
Like, he get called on stage. Drake's a dickhead for that, actually, now that I think about it.
Hey, if you can.
This man Drake watched
Come
all
out
of
on
it happen
stage.
and didn't offer him to come on stage.
He left it at you good?
Douchebag.
Douchebag.
Douchebag. That's all I'm saying.
I see what you mean. At that point, it's like, nah, bruh. Get up here.
Yeah, you.
Like, you just took that fall like a champ. I thought this show was about to be stopped for medical help, and you just bounced back up like you're going into the end zone. Like, fuck, put some pads on that motherfucker. Get him out on the field. That dude's made of fucking steel.
I mean, like, no help.
I watched both of my knees separate, both of my shoulders separate, and my neck break all in his fall.
Yeah.
And he got up, lickety-splickety. He was literally, looked like in the video, he was on the ground for like no longer than 5 seconds.
I want to know what drugs
right
he was on.
Oh, you think he was on some shit?
He had to be. At least drunk.
Yeah, that gave off big vibes, because when he got up, he was staggering a little. Which, again, though, it's like he was staggering a little, but...
He just fell
Yeah.
on his head. This man said he staggered a little. I would hope so.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's too funny. So where do you want to go next? We'll save wrestling for last, but where do you want to go next, sports or movies?
Movies.
Movies? All right. So I will dive right into it. I'll just keep it brief, no spoiler, because I know it just released on digital as well. But I did just see Megan with my wife last Sunday. Did finally get to see Megan, been meaning to check that movie out. I'll keep it at this, and again, who gives a fuck what I gotta think? But I think the movie's overhyped. You rarely will hear me say that. Was it a good movie? Yes. Is it worth a watch? 100%. Do I recommend that you pay your hard-earned money and go to the movie theater for it? I'd say no. Wait till you see it on digital. Wait till it comes out.
Wait to watch it in your comfy-ass couch.
Yes. To where if you want to cut it short or at the end just be like, wow, I'm glad I didn't
But you're
go
also
to the
only
movies.
paying $12 to rent it.
Yeah.
And not $25 for you and your significant other.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally, yeah.
But no, I think, was it a cool concept? Yes. Was it executed to perfection? No. Would I like to see unrated version of it? Yes. I think that could really save
That wasn't, I don't like
it. It was
that.
PG-13.
Oh.
And
If I would have known that before, like, I didn't know that.
I want this uncut
Yeah,
version
you
that's
need
supposedly
that.
going to
Yeah,
come with it.
because supposedly it's like a. I haven't watched nothing of it. I watched the trailer, but it's from my gifts.
They
I got
don't really show death.
you can't in PG-13. The fuck you mean?
I hate that.
That's what I mean. But from the trailer, it's like a mix of like
yeah, I get it,
Chucky.
imagination and all, but like when I see that bitch holding a pair of hedge clippers, and then all of a sudden there's blood on the hedge clippers, I want to know whose blood is on the fucking hedge clippers,
Like,
and how did it get there? Like,
I didn't even know. Like, if I would have known that rating, like, I wouldn't have been excited for this movie.
really?
I would have been.
I mean, PG-13 is hard for comedy and horror.
I would have been less. I would have been more realistic with the standards of a movie, if that makes sense. Like
of what they had planned and what was in store.
Because PG-13, you can't see gory blood scenes. You can't see a kill scene. So, like, what type of horror movie is this?
That's the thing, though. Like, I'm trying to make sure I use the right word. I feel like they didn't even try to push the envelope. Like,
you can't. There's a PG-14 rating for that.
I mean,
it's some like that. I'm surprised they didn't.
Okay, let me ask this.
Hey,
an example. Let me ask you as an example.
If your ash ain't white like this, you ain't smoking good shit. That's that good shit.
Let me ask it kind of. I'm trying to think of how to word this. Okay, do you think in PG-13 can they or can they not get away with a throat slit?
No.
Not even like the start of it.
Nope. You're going because I'm near violence and.
You're telling me you can't show somebody's throat getting cut at all?
Nope. I wouldn't. You got to go for the R rated. I thought it would have been at least like rated M.
It's one of those cases where the director said that there's a director's cut unrated version, but he did not want to put that out at the movie theater.
That's gonna go bonkers
because
that one will go bonkers on streaming.
I think
services.
so too. Which I know some people really did love it, but overall, I think people like our age are like I think the people that are loving it right now are the 18, 19-year-olds that are going out on Friday night dates and bringing a blanket with them and covering up in the movie theater. Like, I think that's who's really loving the movie right now. I think people our age are going, okay, what's up with this uncut?
Right.
Like,
I feel that. I mean, I
let me know what you think of the movie if you've seen it.
Like I said, I didn't know the one in the theater was PG-13, or else I would have
been turned off.
I mean, been more realistic.
I mean, I see what you mean. I do that with comedies too, where it's like, your comedy's PG-13. Okay, you better pull this off like Tommy Boy then. Like, damn. If not, it's rough out here. So, the other only movie thing that we have to get to, which is actually a big feast, a big topic, a big ticket item, as some people would say, Oscar noms for 2023. We're not going to cover them all. We're just going to cover the big ones. There we go. We pull up the list of full nominees. Uh-oh. Pause that. Turn my volume all the way down. Okay. Let me find where they are. Apparently they're being hidden. No, here they are. Okay, so, like I said, I'm not going to cover all of them, just the main ones. Best Picture. All Quiet on the Western Front. Avatar, The Way of Water. The Banshees of Inisherin, if I have to hear, or The Banshees of Inisherin.
I'm just going to get this out of the way now. We know Avatar is sweeping.
I don't know.
All the main ones, Avatar is sweeping.
I don't know about an Avatar sweep.
I'm not. By the main ones, I mean best animated picture, best motion picture, best. Like they're not gonna get best actor or actress. Like obviously,
I don't think they have it under animated. They have it under best director, best picture, best special effects, and then like best soundtrack, all that shit.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot.
But obviously, I didn't mean sweep because like they're not gonna have actor or actress. Obviously.
Elvis is nominated for Best Picture. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. The Fabelmans. Tar. Top Gun Maverick. Triangle of Sadness. And Women Talking.
I forgot that movie came out.
Top Gun?
Yeah.
That one's tough. Because
that or Avatar's damn near winning everything.
So.
And with the Elvis for maybe soundtrack.
As you know.
Elvis is going to get one or two like, damn, you should have won these words.
I'll tell you which one I really
you released
think
at the wrong year because Avatar and Top Gun, like that. You know what I mean? Because like Elvis,
$2 billion movies,
literally,
multi-billion dollars.
So like it's kind of hard not to just. So between Top Gun and Avatar, I see a pretty healthy amount.
What
of
would
awards.
you like to win? What do you want to win?
Between what on
the Best Picture?
To be honest, well, I haven't watched either movie.
You haven't watched?
I own Top Guns, and I still haven't watched them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hot take. Spare time right now is very minimal, and those are long-ass movies.
You're in for a treat.
But I also want to watch the first one again before I watch the second one.
So you're caught up?
Yeah. Well, I'm
refreshed.
Yes. Because, yeah. So, it's like I got a 6-hour plot.
I haven't seen the new Avatar either. So what would you like to win? What would you want to win, though, just off?
I between Top Gun and Avatar, I'm happy with either.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm happy if Top Gun wins, which I think it won't, but I'm happy if it does. I'm not mad if Avatar 2 wins. I do want Elvis to win, but I don't think it will.
Right.
I think the winner of that one's going to either be Everything, Everywhere, All at Once or Avatar 2. So I do agree with you.
I got to go take a pee real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sounds good. I will, I'm going to run Best Director.
Cool.
So Best Director, we got 5 nominations. They kept it short and concise. We got Martin McDonough for The Banshees of Inisherin. I'm probably butchering the fuck out of that. Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinhardt, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Steven Spielberg, The Fabelmans. Todd Field, Tar. And Ruben Östlund, Triangle of Sadness. For the winner of that, I think it's going to be Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinhardt for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I haven't seen any of these films besides Tar. So I guess if I were to say what I think it'll be Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and I want it to be Todd Field. I think that'd be pretty cool. I know Tar right now is on HBO Max if you haven't seen it. I'm going to save Best Lead Actor and Best Lead Actress until he comes down. Same thing with the supportings. Let's do Best Original Screenplay. Same nominations, actually, as the last category that I mentioned. I'm going to go with probably Everything Everywhere All at Once. I know that's leading right now with 11 nominations, so I feel like that's going to at least get a couple wins in. Best Cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front, James Friend. Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truth, Darius Khondji. Elvis, Mandy Walker. Empire of Light, Roger Deakins. And Tar, Florian Hofmeister. Obviously, I want Elvis, and I think Elvis is going to take Best Cinematography as well.
I can see that.
Yeah, because of all of his moves and the way they choreographed it. So, to go back to Best Lead Actor, I covered Best Director. I think Daniel Kwan's going to win for Everything Everywhere All at Once, just because I saw that has 11 nominations.
Yeah.
I think it's going to win somewhere.
Yeah, that's fair. You got to give it some love.
Now, Best Lead Actor is a tough one this year because I've seen 4 out of 5 of these movies, and they're all phenomenal. Best Lead Actor nominations are Austin Butler, Elvis Presley. Colin Farrell, The Banshees of Inisherin. Brandon Fraser, The Whale. Paul Mescal, After Sun. And Bill Nighy, Living.
I hope Brendan Fraser gets it.
I would not mind if Brendan Fraser gets it. And I think Brendan Fraser will get it.
I
think either him or Austin Butler gets it for Elvis.
Yeah, I hope Brendan does.
However, nobody can be mad if Brendan gets it because this comeback is amazing. And I saw The Whale.
And well deserved.
Highly fucking recommend, dude. His performance in that is fucking nuts. The weight that he gained for that role, oh my god.
Well, it was a bodysuit.
Still though.
But he had some weight. Like
he still gained some.
Yeah, he had actual gain weight because like a lot of people don't know like all the surgeries and shit he had to get done because like he did his own stunts and blah blah, beat up his own body basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he
And have you seen that movie?
No,
that's a great movie. It really is. I haven't seen Banshees, but I've seen After Sun and Living. Bill's role in Living was some pretty strong shit. He has this scene where he's at like a cemetery, and his it's hard to do a breakdown on camera. And that dude, literally, if I didn't know any better, I was watching a human being do that. He nailed that scene. But yeah, I think Brendan Fraser will win, and I'm not mad about it. Would I want to see him win, though? I kind of would prefer Austin Butler for Elvis. And like we talked about before the pod, if that don't happen, I might have to go stay somewhere else for a few nights. My dad's going to lose it. He's going to be a Cowboys fan, busting the fuck out TV, and then you picture my dad gets up, that's fucking it. He's just super fucking swinging. Best Lead Actress, we got, which I already know who I want and who I think for this one. If not, this is where you're going to hear me mention that SNUB word. Best Lead Actress nominations, Cate Blanchett and Tar. I do really like Tar, and I think that she did a phenomenal job. Do I think she'll win? Possibly. But I do not want to see her win, and I don't think that she deserves the win. Next, you have Ana de Armas for Marilyn Monroe in Blonde. I think and I want her to win, and if she doesn't win, you just snub that woman.
On what?
Ana de Armas in Blonde.
Okay.
Playing Marilyn Monroe. Yeah. If you don't let her win, you just snub the fuck out of that. That was an amazing performance. And the way she told the story in the interview was when she went to go audition for it, that the people that were actually holding the tryouts actually laughed, holding the auditions laughed and was like, aren't you usually in comedies and you do sex scenes and shit? She's like, I can actually act, right?
Right.
And then did the audition and they were like,
put a chip on her shoulder.
My God. Yeah, it really did. And it showed through that whole performance. Yeah. She's like, oh, you're laughing at me on audition.
Bet.
Okay.
Bet.
I'm going to smoke this role like nobody's seen. So I want and think she'll win, but the other 3 nominations are Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, Michelle Williams, The Fableman, and Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Interesting.
But yeah, I think Anna's going to take it. If not, maybe Kate. And if not those two, unfortunately, probably Michelle Yeoh. But which I did hear, to be fair, I haven't seen it, but I did hear that she did an amazing job. So I don't want to slander
watched it, so I can't say.
But I haven't seen it either, but I have heard that she did an amazing job. I don't want to slander. Best supporting actor. Now there's one that I really want, but I don't necessarily think he'll get it. But Brandon Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Judd Hirsch, The Fableman, Barry Kerrigan, The Banshees of Inisherin, Ke Huy Quan, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Brian Tyree Henry, Causeway, a.k.a. Paperboy, from Atlanta TV show.
I don't think you give it to one of the people in the same movie. Because...
Oh, you don't give it to Gleeson or Kerrigan?
Yeah.
I agree.
Because then you're like...
They just had increased odds at that point. So I think eliminating them, if you're not giving it to Brian Tyree, maybe you give it to Ke Huy Quan.
Yeah.
That's another one that goes to that movie.
Yeah.
Now, Best Supporting Actress, I'm pulling for two people here. They only had 5 nominations for this one. Sorry. Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Great performance. Hong Chow, The Whale. Great performance.
What award is this? I'm sorry?
Best Supporting Actress.
Okay.
Carrie Condon, The Banshees of Inisherin. Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once. And Stephanie Zhao, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Well, once again, I don't think you give it to
either one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Jamie Lee get it because this would actually be her first one.
Fair, but I think, like I just said, I don't think you give it to somebody with the same movie.
Because then, like you said,
I think it's going Black Panther.
I think Angela Bassett should get it because this will be her second, I think they said, if she gets it. So that'd be cool.
Plus deserving. It's like, she did
Very
do a great job. I mean, they all did great. I mean...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just want to say, too, even though that we haven't seen majority of those movies.
We're not downplaying their performances.
Yes. No. I didn't see anybody really causing backlash over any of those nominations. I think they did it right, really. And, hey, best of luck to all of you, too. Trying to find, best original song. Probably Rihanna, Lift Me Up is going to win that. I'm not really seeing anything that can compete. Lady Gaga did Hold My Hand for Top Gun Maverick. So it'll probably be either Rihanna or Gaga.
Yeah.
I mean, why I'm not reading off. I'll read off the other names.
No, please don't.
Diane Warren, Ryan Coogler, and Chandra Bose. Best visual effects, that's Avatar Landslide.
Yeah.
I will end on this one. Best animated feature film. Turning Red, The Sea Beast, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, Marcel the Seashell with Shoes On, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
So, all right. Hot take. Nick's hot takes. Booker Snooker. They're pushing an agenda in Red Panda. First off, take that how you will is what type of agenda it is. I'm not saying it's a negative thing, but they were moving that movie like it was fucking cocaine, the government. Like, and this was the 70s and 80s. They were pushing that movie like it was.
They really did.
The pure cocaine.
And I thought the movie was enjoyable. I mean, it wasn't nothing special. But
I think Puss in Boots should snag that. But
I want Puss to snag that.
But with this government and their cocaine addiction,
Puss to snag that.
But their cocaine addiction, they pushing that. They push. So don't be surprised if Red Panda come out. Hot take, Book of Snooker.
So you think that's the one's gonna win? Just because it's getting pushed like that?
Yeah.
I do want Puss to win, but unfortunately, I do actually agree with you. I think they're going to give that sucker to Turning Red. I think clear as fucking day they're going to do that with Turning Red. But I am interested to see how it pans out. Very excited for Oscar season. Every year, they actually seem to get it more right than the Grammys overall. All right, so now on to a little sports action, a little sports talk. Divisional recap. At this point, whatever team that I'm picking, it's probably best you bet on the opposite team. Just wanted to throw that out there. If you're looking to make a quick buck, I'm going to tell you what two teams I think are going to win. Just bet on the other team. Because last week I fucking came up short too besides the Niners call. I called the Giants upset. Didn't happen. I called
Giants versus who?
Eagles.
I have the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. I've had them going to the Super Bowl.
I called Bills beating Bengals. Didn't happen.
Yeah, I had that one too.
Those Bengals shocked me.
Yeah.
I called the Niners Cowboys. And then who did the Chiefs play? Jaguars. I had the Jaguars winning that one too.
I did not have that. I had the Chiefs. So I was 2 for 2.
So for the 2 games this weekend, I do have $20 on my faithful tomorrow. Riding my Niners. I know people have been talking shit. My wife even was in on the shit talk. This will this will be one of the last times I can wear this hat for football season. It's on the line tomorrow.
Yeah.
However, though, I'm throwing it out there right now, and I hope I don't regret this. Niners are going to win 31-17.
You think the Philadelphia Eagles are only scoring fucking 17 points?
Yes, sir. Okay, 31-20.
Yo, look, you already switched up your answer. You're not
Niners-
even confident in your own fucking team.
Niners 31-20.
You're not even confident in your own fucking
Niners
team.
31-20.
They chalked. Yeah, man, this boy think Jalen Hurts isn't playing at quarterback.
He did 17 points. The Eagles only scored 17.
I got Niners 31-20.
Hey,
You did change my mind, but I'm sticking with 31-20.
Yeah, okay.
What do you think?
Eagles 42-32.
Eagles
I
42-32?
think we having a shootout, but the Eagles, in my eyes, have a better offensive line and defensive line consistently. The Eagles have the best defensive line in the fucking league. They have 70 sacks between like 4 or 5 guys this season. Like, that's more than some teams.
I didn't know that stat.
Like, that's a wild fucking stat, ain't it?
You telling me Brock Purdy's getting hit?
You're telling me that fucking team has 70 sacks? That's a lot of fucking sacks.
Yeah, it is. That's a lot of sacks.
For one fucking
I'm
defense.
trying to think of how many nuts that is.
That is 140 nuts.
That's 140 nuts.
That's a lot of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts.
In one season of football.
Damn. 140 nuts crushed. One season. That's fucked.
Woo! So like, and like their secondary are not chumps out there in the Philly. So like, even if they got like, I love the Niners offense is fucking hard to beat, like hard to stop. But so is the Eagles. But then it's like, all right, where do I think? I think the Eagles win it, but I think it's going to be a good ass game.
We shall see how it pans out.
Because I could see it being like a shootout, like I said, 42-35, or it's like their defensive, like both their defenses step up, and it's like a 28-24 game, Eagles. Like, you know what I mean? It's a real close.
Oh, that faithful defense is coming for their neck. Just like it
but
sounds
their
like that
offensive
Bird game
line,
is
but like
coming
that's
for.
what I mean is like the Eagles have one of the best offensive lines as well. So like, yeah, you're coming for our neck, but like, are you getting there? And if you get there, we have Jalen fucking Hurts,
Who's quick.
who by the time you get there, he's already gone. So you getting there is actually helping us because you're making a hole for us to sneak through. So now Jalen Hurts is up for 40 yards running.
Fuck. Yeah.
It's like
That's gonna be a
Brock
tough
Purdy.
I'm actually going over.
I
Cousins for that one.
love Brock Purdy, how he's played these last.
Brocked and loaded, baby.
I love how he's played these last 6-7 games. But he is not fucking Jalen Hurts. He is not about to step through this fucking offensive line, defensive line, and run for 20 yards. He's not doing it. He can. I'm not saying he can't. But he is much more comfortable just sitting in that pocket, staying behind his O-line like he's supposed to do.
Fear the faithful, baby. Anything can happen. Any given Sunday.
Well, guess what? Eagles ain't scared of shit.
It's going to be a great game. You really hit it right on the nose.
Eagles ain't scared of shit.
Oh, I'm not saying they are. It's going to be a great game. Fear the faithful.
Your parents probably like, what the
Fear
fuck?
the faithful. But no, I think it's going to be a great game. I also think that the Chiefs and Bengals saga that they got going on is going to be a great. I don't have any money on that one though. I think that one's a coin toss.
Yes, but you know how like Bengals had a chip on their shoulder playing the Bills because like there was tickets being sold for if the Bills won already type shit. The Chiefs now just got a chip on their shoulder because Bengals players are calling Arrowhead Stadium, the Chiefs Stadium, Burrowhead Stadium. So the Chiefs players in the post game or interview or whatever practice, they were like, "Oh yeah, see you at Burrowhead." They're like, "Did you say Burrowhead?" Yeah, apparently it's Burrowhead.
And Eli Apple's been talking.
Yeah,
shit
so
to
like
us,
they playing into it's your house, okay? We'll see how fucking loud like Kansas City Stadium. But Kansas City Stadium is literally on record the loudest stadium in history. Like 142 decibels.
They even say that.
Like it's loud as shit. Like you can't hear. Like it's louder than some rock concerts because of people's voices, which is wild. So it's like, oh, you think you're just gonna come into our stadium and just it's yours? Bet.
No, sir.
No, we're at Burrowhead. Don't worry. We'll see if you can hear each other when you guys are on the fucking
Now,
offense.
do you think Patrick Mahomes is looking at Eli Apple like, I'm about to give you a hell of a day, bud?
Mm-mm. Patrick, he doesn't. I'm not gonna say he isn't saying that, but he's
okay. Let me word it like this: when you're Patrick Mahomes, Eli Manning, or not Apple. Eli Manning, Eli Apple says all that bullshit. Somebody now has told you all that bullshit that Eli Apple says. What do? Oh, you're Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, they think this is their house. All right, bet. Come in here and see if you play like it's your house. Because when the Bengals take the field on offense,
they're going.
That Chiefs Kingdom is going to be at 142 decibels, if not louder. So when you're trying to audible at the line of scrimmage, you're literally playing quiet offense the whole time. You're like, you and your team practicing the whole week are literally doing no talking. Because when you're at Arrowhead, you can't, like, if I'm the quarterback, you're my receiver. Fuck that. If you're my running back, you can barely hear me. So, God damn it, my receiver 10 yards away from me.
He certainly can.
It's a, Remember in practice when we do this? Remember what we did? You better, hopefully he remembered. Like, because there's no type of talking.
I'm going to say that's going to be a very close game, but I'm thinking 31-28 Kansas City.
Yeah.
Win by a last-minute game-winning field goal.
I think Kansas City.
Hot take, Took.
Yeah.
Bucker hits the game-winning field goal.
I can see it.
But I'm definitely excited to see how these games pan out. Fear the faithful, baby. You know I'm riding with my Niners. When the Browns are out, I'm officially 110% on the Niners bandwagon at all times.
And I'm an Eagles bandwagon, so this is awkward.
That is true.
Yep.
But hey, may the best team win, and I won't be mad if the Eagles do win.
Well, that's because you know they're going to win deep down.
I don't. I just know.
That sucks, doesn't it?
No, what I know
You're
is.
You're already accepting the loss as a Niners. Look at them.
What I know is that, nope, as the closer we get to the Super Bowl,
the less likely we are to win.
No, the more likely we are to make major mistakes that will make us less likely to win. And that's the shit that scares the fucking piss out of me.
He's not confident. Fly, baby, fly.
I'm always confident. I'm always faithful. Fear the faithful, baby. So,
fly.
Anything left that you wanted to mention sports-wise? I know Cavs are kind of in a rut.
I mean, Donovan Mitchell's hurt.
Okay. See, I haven't kept up like that.
He had a hamstring.
I've been checking my fantasy team, but besides that,
I believe he has a hamstring injury going. Been out for a week or two. Probably be another week or two. But it'd be like that. It's basketball.
So, it is Royal Rumble night. It is Royal Rumble day. The official beginning of the road to WrestleMania. And before we get to our Rumble predictions, though, I did want to cover the 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw that just happened this past Monday.
Yeah.
Great fucking episode. I saw the viewership for it was great. The ratings went great. I loved how they were able to incorporate the legends without having to bury the new talent.
Right.
But without making the legends look soft.
Yeah, I did like that. The only thing
that was cool.
The only thing I really didn't. The only thing they could have done more was spotlight some women. Like,
which did trend afterwards.
yeah, like you could have had Lita come out. Like you could have had some Trish Stratus come out. Like people don't realize like back in the 90s, like yeah, they were all in like these bikinis and looking sexy, provocative, but like they're also some of the first females
I think
doing
they said
that
women
on
only had
television.
like 10 minutes or 15 minutes of screen time
Yeah,
or something.
But like I'm saying, like back in the day, like WWE, like putting women in a match and on television, like,
and there was no
like-
mention of the Bellas at all.
yeah, that's wild. Especially all they've done. Like I'd say like
They're two of the best women of all time.
and tag team duo.
Best women's tag team of all time. Easily.
So that's the only thing I didn't like. Like I would have rather had more women spotlighted and not that DX little stupid imitation. No offense. I'll call it stupid because like you're not spotlighting women, but you're gonna spotlight all your old asses not wanting to fight. I mean, okay, that's not DX anymore.
I thought it was a little funny.
It was funny, yeah, but you also that's 15, 20 minutes. And that was the reason for why some matches got canceled was, time restraints.
Yeah.
But we're wasting 20 minutes. Granted, I love DX, but DX, Shawn Michaels is pulling up a sweet chin out of nowhere on one of them. As soon as he said, Shawn, well, you got peek. Oh,
And
you're
then
not even seeing it.
He goes, I'm old now or something.
And like, yeah, it's funny. I get it. But like, what's not funny is like,
And also, what was Kurt Angle doing out there?
what's not funny is like how upset the women were. So like, oh, cool. Yeah, I love seeing DX and all y'all. Kurt Angle, you're never a part of it. Whatever. Cool. But like,
He had to fill in for Billy Gunn.
He literally was, I just always wanted to be a part of DX. Like, oh, okay, go break your neck again.
Oh.
I felt slight, like it's a big ass slight to women though.
Speaking of the Damage Control shirt, they were supposed to have Bailey and Becky in a steel cage match, and then that got cut short
Because of time constraints. I would have much rather seen a fucking steel cage match than Triple H go, whoa, well, I'm injured.
Retired.
I'm retired. Oh, I'm injured. I would if I wasn't injured. Oh, DX is bitch made now. I see. That's all I heard. Like, that's not the DX I knew. I grew up with.
Somebody on Twitter said if this was 20 years ago, Triple H would that.
Oh, no, don't leave. And then he would have went underneath the ring, looked for something, and then said, he would have looked at Shawn with a grimace-ass, weird-ass smile, and then pulled out the sledgehammer, kissed it, and then said, who wants to fuck with me? Like, yeah. I mean, it was still a great-ass episode and shit, but like...
Oh, I really loved Undertaker coming out as the American Badass. That was useful. That, like, actually
and it was
created a great moment with Wyatt and everything.
And
that
the passing
was cool.
of the torch.
Yes, that was needed. That was cool. The DX thing could have been cut absolutely. Like, not in full, but, like, definitely down to, like, we also didn't need the 6-man tag match. That
not even just because they slated the women's in general. Like, you could have pulled out Ashley, Lita, Melina.
That Bianca Sonya match sucked.
But would you have rather seen that steel cage match that got cut or that DX thing?
Oh, the steel cage match.
Exactly.
I'm wearing my Damage Control shirt. My thing,
but that's what I mean. Is like
I only have one theory though that I will share with you that might
showed
be
some
why.
egos though. Showed some egos.
There might be a reason why though that women got left off.
Well,
there's only one. If it happened, it's going to be shown true tonight, or it's not going to be shown true. I think that my theory is. Let me word it like that. Sorry, the tobacco's hitting, but I really think. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Let me gather it back.
Why they cut? Why it makes
Yes. Thank you. So I think the only reason why they might have been cut is if tonight at the Rumble, a bunch of the Divas the women's legends come out.
Okay, so if they don't, then Triple H fucked up twice. No, it's he fucked up once, and then if they come out tonight, that's him saving his ass. Like, don't see it as a oh.
Well, no, because then I think that would have been planned.
No. See, that's where people are like. That's where I'm saying like egos came into play. His ego was like, I'd rather have me and my DX fam out there,
Oh, I see that 100%.
and rather than this steel cage match. Oh, it didn't go over well. Or
But he just wanted to
it
get
went
him and
over
his boys back out there one more time. That type of shit.
egos. Like, I need to relive this energy one more time with the
'Cause
crowd.
now he's the head of creative, so he can make anything happen.
And to
and
be
he's
fair,
like, we're going out there.
to be fair, who knows how many more days they all have together on this earth. So, hey, I don't know how many more times we're going to be able to live in front of this crowd together. We need to do it one more time. Here's a great chance.
And to play devil's advocate, he did just lose his buddy Scott Hall.
So cut this steel cage, and people are going to still love to see DX. All right, it's going to go over great. No worries. They're not going to remember about that steel cage. Oh, people got pissed. People remembered. People are like, where were all the divas at? All right, well, shit, Royal Rumble's next week. Let's just fucking extend that. We'll pay extra for a Royal Rumble time. Fuck it. Plan in extra matches so divas come in. Old divas. So now it seems like it was a plan, but really we're just saving our asses.
And they have Bianca against Bliss for the belt now at the pay-per-view.
So, like, it wasn't like a master plan. If they do have them come out, it was oh, fuck, we fucked up, and I got to save my ass.
Well, the one thing that supports you is that originally Bianca and Alexa were supposed to go the following night on Raw. And then they announced the other day on their Twitter that now it's a pay-per-view match. And before they just had the Women's Rumble on the pay-per-view card. So I think maybe that was like Triple H going, oh, fuck. Like, they're going to, like,
he fucked up.
That, like,
I'm not saying he fucked up.
And he didn't
but,
include the Bellas in, like, the whole video package for the 30th anniversary and, like, didn't really include much of the Divas.
Yeah,
he showed Brock Lesnar 1,000 times. But I do love overall what Triple H has been doing.
I do too. But I'm not going to give him the credit of a huge master plan. And when in reality, it's I got to cover my ass, so let's come up with something quick.
You think he calls Vince? He's like, hey, what do you do?
Well, Vince has already been on this Vince has never left the phone since he left the company.
He's like, you know what, Paul? I need you to wear a wire so I can hear you.
Oh, no. He just had an earpiece in with Triple H. They was walkie-talkies. Hey.
You get that, Vince? Every word. But, so
I'm not saying Triple H was his puppet. I'm just saying.
Overall, though, great 30th anniversary edition of Raw, and I was glad to see that the viewership was up. However, though, I do agree with the hashtag. I would like to see better treatment, or not better treatment, I should say, but just
more love.
More love, give them a little bit more screen time. Because you guys had a trend there for a while of giving women a lot of screen time, and then now all of a sudden it went away again.
They don't realize.
But hey, at least it's still not what it was back in those mid-2000s days where it was mud fights and bra and panty matches.
But at least they were on TV.
Which now I'm glad that a lot of those divas are able to still come back in periodic rumbles now and have feuds. Like Lita had a feud with somebody earlier in the year. I forget who it was.
I remember she came out. Yeah.
Forget who she had a feud with. Maybe Charlotte Flair. But either way, that was a cool feud that she had going. I was glad to see her get another run in. Which, speaking of which, last year's Rumble was a little weak. Let's dive into the Rumble predictions this year. Very excited for the Royal Rumble tonight. I am fucking ready to go. Big pumped. Looking up the Royal Rumble card now. Yeah, I think from what I saw of the card before, I think it's going to be a great one. A lot of great matches on it. There we go. Also, got to let us know on your sports predictions and your wrestling predictions as well. Let's see. There it is. So, I'm not quite sure how they're going to do the order of the matches, but I'm going to shoot and take a guess here. I think they're going to do the Women's Royal Rumble match first, is what they're going to start the show off with. And then I think you're going to get the pitch black match between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight.
How about they start off with that?
That one. Then I think you're going to get the Raw Women's Championship match, Bianca Belair and
Nah,
Alexa
never
Bliss.
mind. I lied. That pitch black one's gonna be like halfway through the night, just random as fuck.
And then after that, I think you're going to get the Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. Then I think you're going to get the Men's Rumble.
Yeah.
But to just go through top to bottom on our predictions, the Women's Royal Rumble match. Now, if I were to throw a couple picks at the wall here, because I feel like the Women's Royal Rumble is a lot harder to call than men's. Rhea Ripley.
I'm going that because
I like Rhea.
Because she's gonna cash it in on a men's championship. On a men's single championship, she'll cash that bitch in. You can cash it in anywhere, anytime.
She'll face Bianca Belair.
No. All right. Watch her go after that Intercontinental or United States.
She don't want to go after the Intercontinental. That's Gunther. If she goes up against the United States, that's Austin Theory.
But she's wanting to go up against men's singles.
Yeah, I mean, she beat the shit out of Tozawa.
And she's wanting that the modern day China.
Well, you got to call her mommy. She likes to be called mommy.
So she's about to run through all these. Bro, watch. Hey, I said it here first. She wins it. She'll cash it in on a men's title.
I'll tell you what. That happens. We're getting your book published.
Let's get it.
That happens. We're getting your book published. I think though, if she wins, she challenges Bianca Belair. I think if Bayley wins, she challenges Charlotte Flair. I think for my third pick, if I were to throw one at the wall, Becky Lynch.
That was my other.
And she challenges Bianca Belair and beats her.
That was my other.
Or to really hot take it, Asuka will return as her dark character, which I forget the name of it, Kang, and go up against Bianca Belair. I think that's how that one goes.
Ultra hot take. Trish Stratus comes back, wins.
And goes up against Charlotte Flair?
Wins it all.
I'd be for it.
Wins it.
I'd be for it.
Fuck it.
I think
I really think Rhea Ripley though will win it, and I do think
that seems to be the fan favorite on that one too.
And I just thought about her cashing it in on the men's. To be honest, 3 minutes ago, and then it all oh yeah, now I'm solidified on that idea. Because that's the easiest way to just straight to a men's single.
Now, how about the men's Royal Rumble match? That one's a little bit easier to call, I feel like. But still tough.
So if they're not having Brock just do what Brock does,
well, this would be his third time winning. He just won last year.
And the way he did it last year, it's just so obnoxiously can we at least pretend you're not just trying to be a dickhead?
And that's why I said last year's Rumble was kind of
So I could see Brock winning it because they could just do that shit again. I think John Cena comes back though.
There's a chance. Very well a chance.
Yeah.
He's in San Antonio. Anything's possible. So I think there's exceptions with that one.
Yeah, boy.
That's that vintage. That's that vintage piece.
Don't know about that.
Vintage drip.
Don't know about that.
Chain Gang Soldier drip.
Don't know about that shit.
Y'all
don't know about that shit.
Not hip.
Actually.
However, though, for the men's Rumble match, I think Cody Rhodes is a possibility, but whenever I think of whoever
Rey
wins
Mysterio
the
for the one time.
One more time?
One last time.
See, Roman already beat him on this run, so I don't know about that.
He doesn't need
I
it
wouldn't
for the
mind
world
seeing
heavyweight.
it, though.
He doesn't need it for the world heavyweight, damn it.
What do you mean?
For the title? He can go after some other title. To win the
You're
Rumble.
really convinced that he would pick another that somebody's going to pick another title. Interesting.
I mean, everyone, that's the title. But the history of the
I'll tell you,
Rhea Ripley, she wants men's competition. She wants to be the next modern day China type shit. So she needs to go after a men's title. But this is her best way.
With your guys' theory, though, that's actually not half bad because if they end up doing The Rock versus Roman, they want that.
Which they're gonna.
Now, my thing is, does The Rock come back and win the Rumble?
No. Because Rock is his...
He's one of my picks to win.
Fun fact, Rock is the head
Oos. I mean, yeah.
Of the bloodline.
When he comes back, it's him and then Roman.
Yeah. So, bloodline ranks, I'm here, and I'm also your daddy. Well, technically, uncle.
Yeah.
But,
technically uncle, yes.
Literal uncle. But, hi, I'm here. fall in order, fall in line.
Oh.
So they don't need him to win the Rumble to go fight Roman. He could just come back and be like, you're acting out of traditionally family traditions. I'm fucking you up, and I'm teaching you some respect.
And he can whoop the bloodlines at like the Usos, like he can get rock bottom. Like,
bye.
Double people's elbow.
Bye. Now it's just me and you, Roman. What's up? Like, so I think Ray would. I want Ray to win it.
He always red hot poppy.
And I think it's one of his last trips around the WWE universe years.
That's true too.
So
my 3 picks would be Cody Rhodes,
okay,
The Rock.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say Bork Laser, but
yeah, he always has to be one of them.
I'm also gonna throw this one at the wall. Hot take: Stone Cold Steve Austin comes back and wins his.
Yeah, he's been working out.
His 4th Rumble.
He's been working. But I think he comes back for to team up with The Rock for the Usos. Do
a tag team match or something.
I think Rock takes on Roman 1-on-1, obviously.
At Mania, but then maybe leading up to it, you can do like that.
Like Rock gets jumped by him and Jimmy or something, and then Stone Cold out of nowhere.
Yeah. He's got no help. The Rock's getting beat up out here. Somebody really needs to come to his aid.
But my couple names for men Royal Rumble: Ray. Obviously, Brock has to be in there just because how WWE is.
Yeah, Bork Laser.
Yeah,
gotta give it to him.
Him, Ray, Cena coming back,
Possibility.
and then fucking Wee Man.
I do think Johnny Knoxville will enter the Rumble. I think that'll be a
Fucking
non-traditional
Wee Man.
surprise. What if Wee Man comes out with him?
That's what I'm saying. But Wee Man will get into the ring, and he'll always get thrown out underneath the ropes.
You know what could be a money idea? Hornswoggle and Wee Man as a tag team. That'd be a nasty tag team. They'd be like the midget Dudley boys, bro.
No, but
Wee Man on the top rope.
Not actual Wee Man. I just wanted that'd be dope to see. Funny.
I'd be for it.
That's
funny as shit.
I don't know, like Randy Orton maybe.
Okay, so the 2 people that besides Cody Rhodes,
I think this year they're going.
Now
they're starting to be like how people in the NBA did their final 1 year,
throwing this away.
I forget how they called it, what they called it, but their last trip around the NBA. Everyone gave them their props,
the last tour.
Yeah, last tour. So I think WWE is gonna start showing a little more love to their older superstars.
I do think Big E comes out tonight, and if Big E comes out, he could definitely win the Rumble.
Is he cleared?
I don't know.
No,
that's the thing. There hasn't really been an update.
I don't believe he's. I think it was when he first. I think he's not allowed.
His last
medically.
update, he said that it's not going good. His last
but
update
after,
was it's not going good.
I believe he's not medically. Well, I don't believe he'll ever be medically cleared to be.
That's kind of the way
wrestler.
he worded it.
Yes. So he can, because it's his accident, his shit's a freak thing. If he
so much went wrong in that.
Not even yes, but I'm saying if he wrestled again, if he actually got power bombed, he could get power bombed
way
200 times in a row and be fine. But one time hit one little nerve clicks and then he's paralyzed again. And that's why he can't be medically cleared, because of that one tiny flaw chance. So he might come out as a special guest, not announcer. Maybe that's how they get him into announcing.
That'd be cool. I'd love to see Big E at the commentator.
Or he comes out as Paul Heyman, a manager.
To the New Day?
Yeah.
Being Kofi and Xavier's manager?
Yeah. And I'm not saying he can't hit people, but people know not to hit him back.
Yes.
That's he might trip somebody off the line. He can still move around, be
or
physical.
Give a spine buster or something.
Right. He can throw somebody into a banister, but everyone knows.
They can't fuck with him.
Yeah. Because it's literally, he could be paralyzed.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know if that's true, paralyzed, but
well, I mean, even
he could be very well injured again.
Stone Cold, when they asked him, what did you say when you leaned into Kevin Owens at the beginning of your Mania match? He said that Kevin told me, he wanted to tell me something. And because he said that, he was telling Kevin, before the match, he's I'm starting to get a little nervous. like, please be safe. And he said Kevin didn't really say nothing. And he said that as soon as they got out to the ring, Kevin, like, just when they came up to, like, bump fist, he literally said, don't worry. He said, I'll take care of it. And like that. And that's, like, even when they were up in the stands, it was, like, being super careful and shit. And you could tell, too, Kevin was being super careful, but he was doing it just perfect.
Right.
Like,
where, like, you get him into a headlock or something where you're about to suplex him, like, you tap him once or twice. Like, you good? You ready? You ready to lunge?
Like,
you gotta throw
ya.
We're about to go up. We're going up. You gotta put your weight with me now. Like, those little things. Like,
which was super cool, though. Like, super cool how that handled it. But yeah, I think the men's rumble, it's going to be very interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah, I think a lot of things could happen.
Yes, and that's what makes it exciting.
I just hope we're not still in the WWE era of Brock just coming out and fucking everybody up with one punch.
Like, and I love Brock Lesnar.
That was Vince's era. Last year's Rumble was part of Vince's era. So I'm hoping Triple H is like, hey, yeah, that's cool and all, but, like, we could do that, like, for a different match.
Yeah.
Like, not the fucking Royal Rumble. Like, I just didn't like how that played out. I got to pee again, though. So, are we almost done?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to rush it. But
no. Pitch black match, which I'm not even quite sure what a pitch black match is. I'm just assuming the lights are out.
Yeah.
But Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight. I'm rocking with my boy Bray.
Yeah, he's not losing his first match after
getting And this has been a storyline for, like, a couple months now, so they want to definitely capitalize on it. Raw Women's Championship, Bianca versus Alexa. I'm going Bianca.
Yeah.
I'm going Yonkers. WWE Universal Championship. The Tribal Chief, hold your ones up. Roman Reigns versus KO, Kevin Owens. I'm going Roman Reigns. I acknowledge the Tribal Chief.
Yeah, I don't. I say it every time we have a Roman Reigns match. Well, this is a good chance for them to, like, have him lose if he wants to go do his movies, because I don't know when that movie deadline is. Because that's when
that's supposed to happen.
Because that's when he loses.
Whenever it's time for that.
But you have to set it up. So, like, if they know he's leaving next December, you lose the belt now to Kevin Owens or whatever. Then you have a little back and forth. So he gets it back once or twice, like once, steals it back. Then Kevin Owens builds up a little army or whatever, gets it back, and then he can go off into, like, it's not like you cut him off, lose the belt, and then he's gone to movies. You can't do that.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So, like, I keep, every time we were on Roman Reigns, I'm like, I don't see him losing unless it's time for him to lose. Because
I think that'll be Mania.
But then that could be his last match. But in order to have that be his last match, you have to set up his loss first. So you have to lose the belt now to Kevin, because then it's all like a heel.
And then him and The Rock can do their thing.
Or he steals it back in some schemy way, and The Rock comes in and is like, that's not the Oosh way. And then in WrestleMania, he handles business, and then he goes off to movies. Like, so it's like, that's why I'm so torn, because I'm like, I know the real life, like, there's deadlines. Like, I got to do this, and like wrestling, you got to have a plot, a scene.
Of what the schedule
like, and for, like, so
leading up to it, building that road to WrestleMania. Yeah,
you got to build up, like.
Which I'm so happy that the road to WrestleMania is officially underway.
So it's just like.
As of 7 p.m. tonight Eastern Time.
So it might be, like, you know what I mean? So, like, I could see, I wouldn't. Do I think Roman wins? Yes. But unless it's time for him to start losing. He win if that makes sense. Like, I hate saying it like that. Like,
I think if Kevin Owens does win tonight, it's because Sami Uso turned on the bloodline and Sami Zayn helped his buddy Kevin.
And we're all waiting for that moment to turn for the bloodline, because that's what breaks up the bloodline. But that's when Roman will start to leave. And that's when
he's on his way out.
Yes. So if that happens tonight, I'm not surprised, because I've been waiting for, a year now on pods. Been like, all right, well, Roman he's been rumored to go to movies. You kind of got to set it up.
Then you hear, like, oh, it's confirmed that he's going to be in this, but it hasn't started shooting yet.
So when do they start filming? Yeah. You kind of got to be gone for a while.
They probably had to work something out with WWE. Like, hey, we can only make him lose this thing so fast. Like, hold on.
No, and that's a real thing. So it's like.
Like, I get it, you need him, but, like, we need him too.
Have contract.
Yeah. Like, you got to wait till this sucker runs out.
So that's what I mean is, like, I'm not waiting on his loss, so to say.
But you
every,
know it's on the horizon now.
But every win he gets means we're one step closer to the actual
loss. I like that.
So it's like
it's going to be one hell of a road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, pull up a chair, episode 25.
Hey.
Last question I got to ask you, and that's about Sleepless Radio, episode 129. Red Hot Chili Peppers versus U2. Losers bracket matchup for the first time ever. Danathan Daly versus my El Padrino. Who do you got?
Who's got who?
Danathan has Red Hot Chili Peppers, and my dad has his U2.
It's going to be oof.
14 rounds. I'm a judge going in, and I think I got Chili Peppers.
I think I'm going U2.
Well, you know my dad is vicious.
That's what I mean. Like, I
don't know how he plays.
I don't think I've ever picked against your dad.
And my dad seen both of them live at the same fucking show.
That's
yeah. Lollapalooza 94 or something.
Damn, like that. Your dad was living.
Oh.
Shit. Well, on that note,
I asked him about those shows. I'm high as a kite. I'm fucking.
I didn't know I was there.
Chilling. Yeah.
I just heard the music.
But pull up a chair, episode 25. 25 episodes in, and damn, it feels great. Hope everybody's having a great Sleepless Saturday. Get your drinks, get your blunts rolled up, and your refreshments, because we will be going live before too long for Sleepless Radio.
Yes, sir.
On that note,
great pod.
Yes, sir.
See y'all next week.
Let's hope our predictions don't fall apart.
We'll see.
Love y'all. Peace.
Deuces.
I got to pee so bad. That was actually the last.